look up here on the left. Look at, there's a pink fence. You see that? Oh my God, wait. There's a pink house. Holy mackerel. Hello, pink. Look at that. Boy, I bet you he's got a lot of friends that are neighbors. No blinds on that front room at all. Wow. Pink City. Hey guys, check us out. So, over the weekend, actually over last weekend, I went out and I bought Killian and Phoenix these two little like $88 Walmart kayaks. My wife also got one, like this 10-foot, just a cheapo Sun Dolphin Phoenix 10.4 foot kayak. I borrowed one from a buddy. We went out. I found it really sketchy, but all of a sudden, like something's clicked and I want to do it. And flat water, kind of boring. I realize I got to learn what I'm doing, but I found a creek and it's like right by the house. Right by the house. So I'm over here off a Red Bud Road back behind this old warehouse gym. And I don't know if this is like the put-in point or not. Right here I'd have to throw my kayak off a 10-foot ledge, and these roots would offer me a nice climb down. But we were on our way to go skating today, and I'm just kind of jonesed up on this kayak thing. I went out over the week to a Academy Sports right by where I work, and they had the Old Town Vapor kayak and was advertised hot deal $4.99, which wasn't a hot deal for me. Then I noticed there was another one of the same boats on the other side of the store, and it had a tag that said $3.99. So I'm saving $100. And I've kind of looked up these kayaks, and to me it seemed like the one that got the best reviews. You know, I'm balling on a budget, so I got to try to do the most with what I can, and I can't afford to spend more on some high-performance kayak. But I wanted to get one that I could fish out of, that I could do some creeks and maybe some white water, or maybe even like a little waterfall or something. So I then noticed there was another boat, and it had a tag on it that said $346. And that's where it sounded off. I'm going to get this boat for this price because they have it labeled that way. And I don't know if that's part of the plan from some of these stores. You know, let's let them think they got a deal. If it was, bravo to you guys. You got me at $346. But they threw a whole fit. Hey, this is mismarked, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, it was advertised. I took a picture of it and video and the whole nine. And honestly, they didn't give me a hard time about it. So it's a boat I like. It's probably the one I'm going to feel the best in, right? Placebo effect. But I'm trepidatious about this, especially with bringing my kiddos along. I know their kayaks are borderline okay. I mean, they could do something like this first part that we're looking at here. Down here, there's some sections where there's probably only about 6 inches of water. So I think I'd have to stay in the deeper sections, and it looks like there may be some, but I might be rubbing here on the rocks. Down there, it looks cool. But you know what? I've seen some videos on YouTube here of this same stretch, and there's some waterfalls. So what I think I'm going to do is see if my wife can bring me down here, drop me off, and I'm probably not supposed to do it by myself, but I'm kind of thinking of doing it by myself. Just make sure the phone is on me and it's waterproof. So anyway, we're on our way to the skate park today, but we had to stop and see. And this looks like something I can navigate. I'm going to have to be careful for waterfalls and that for now until I know what's going on. But all right, guys, peace out. Stay tuned. It might be an adventure. It will be an adventure. You guys know me. Oh, by the way, the last time I went kayaking was 2 days after my last skate video. And we went to Old Settlers Pond, which, because we haven't had much rain, the water level's way down. So the level of mud was intense. And I got the whole family pushed out in their kayaks. And then I got out in the one I borrowed. And in trying to come out of the water, I got stuck in the mud. And I kind of, in a way, re-injured. Well, I was never fully healed. I was just doing a lot better. But it's fully more obvious situation now again, because I was knee deep in the sludgiest mud you can imagine trying to come out of those holes with my flip-flops, which was another dumb mistake. I should have went in that section barefoot. It would have been a lot easier on myself. But this is just beginner nonsense. So I just need to learn what I'm doing with this woods, kayaking, whatever it is I'm doing. Living life, right, Killy? Right? There he is. Would you do this river on a kayak? Yeah. On your little kayak? He says he will. Make for a good YouTube video, right? Alright guys, so we just turned off the road. I figured the drop-off point had to be easier than what I was looking at, and dude, we got a road here. And it's not blocked off. Look at that. Look at that. Dude, even if you just wanted to fish here, that's pretty cool. So it's a drop-off point because you literally can't go around it. Let's back up a little and go take a look at this, Killian. All right, we're gonna get out. Now this is what I call a takeoff point. Look at this. Like, I don't know the first thing about how to even, it's hard for me with my kayak just laying on the ground. It's hard enough for me to sit down in that thing. I sort of plop down. But yeah, dude, I bet you there's some good fishing in this little pond. That's another thing I don't know anything about, but I bet there is. I wonder if you see a fish go down there, Killian. The water's pretty darn clear, too. See any fish? Oh, yeah, dude. Fish are swarming under there. Where? Dude, I saw like 30 of them just scattered, but they're super fast. See them all? Where? Come over here. You can't see those? No. There's fish all over the place, but they're only about three inches long, maybe. Cool, dude. Look at this place. Look at that, dude. If you could get around, like, I don't know what would be like. I bet you there's people living up there under that bridge. That looks like a cool little place to camp out. Can you skip a rock? All right, guys. So, dude, I'm pumped on this, man. Finally, I can see why I'm living in Texas. There's some cool stuff out here. I might be blocking a car, maybe. Maybe we should go back and see. But this is really kind of fun. I'm an active person, and you know what? I need more than one hobby out here. I've been thinking about mountain biking too. I got a mountain bike. I think it's a pretty decent mountain bike, but it's about 10 years old. I don't know if it's decent. You guys got some pretty sick bikes. I don't have a bike like that. I think originally I might have paid $1,500-$1,600 for it. All right, let's go see what's on the other side. All right, so we're gonna venture on. We are on a 4x4. Hasn't been used in a while. Honestly, might be a really good idea to pop this puppy into 4-wheel drive and like oil the gears some. Grease the gears some. Is that what they say? Okay, so we got a little sinkhole there on the left. We want to miss that. Let's just pop it in 4-wheel drive because we need to. Stay out of that hole though. Let's see what's back here. Oh yeah, there's been some parties over here. I bet this place goes off if you had to live somewhere. So we're underneath the road, Killian. Let's go down here and see if we can see fish. I'd like to come down here and pick up all this trash, to be honest. You know what, Killian? We should do that one day. So, but take a look, dude. If we were kayaking through here, you want to stay where the water looks deeper, which would be right over there. Because right over here, look at the rocks that would be under you. You might be able to float over them, but if you crashed, you'd want to be careful not to dive in because you might hit yourself in the head with a rock or something. So look at what all you can find just doing a little exploring around your neck of the woods. This is like literally a mile from my house. So for like kayaking and fishing, it looks like I'm gonna have a fun couple of years or however long I'm there. Sweet. In the comment section below, man, if you guys got any tips for me, if you got any warnings for me. My wife and I both have sit-in kayaks and have sort of learned that those are maybe a little more sketchy if you're riding 2 passengers, or I've even been recommended that I probably shouldn't wear a vest, or my wife probably shouldn't wear a vest, or at least we need to be prepared about getting out of the kayak, that your buoyancy, you could get stuck in the boat and it could be a little hard to get out unless you're really prepared for it. So I've sort of talked to her about it, and I don't know how much attention she's paid, but first time you flip a kayak, I imagine you'll pay attention. All right, so let's take the guys out with one of these. All right, dudes, later, bros.